And welcome back to this new HDRI tutorial. Today we will create a futuristic tower scene like this. Okay, here we are in a fresh Blender scene, and today we want to use here our cube for the first segment. So let's go and scale this one up by 40 by 40 by 40. Let's zoom out, and we want to select here, pressing Alt and Z, then we can see through our object and select all of our edges here. And let's go here with the bevel, and yeah, let's bring down here the bevel to something like this. This is looking good right now. And now we want to make a loop cut, pressing Ctrl and R, and yeah, pressing and press escape, and we want to put this one here to 0.8. Let's make another loop cut, press escape again, 0.1. Make another loop cut which is by -0.1, and the last loop cut will be by -0.8. Okay, cool. And now we want to select here, change the mode to face mode, and we want to select all here these loops. So let's go here into the front view by pressing 1 on the numpad and go to the selection here, select all of the center, pressing shift and all of the bottom loops here right now. Okay, that's looking good. Let's leave the look through mode by pressing Alt and Z. And now we want to go here to extrude along normals and bring this a little bit up here. And let's go here for 0.2. That's looking good here right now. The last step will be add here a tiny bevel, so we can go here with 0.001. So we got here a little bit of an edge. This will be here the segment 1. Let's duplicate this one by pressing Shift and D, rename this one to segment number 2. And now we want to select here the other faces, which will be this one and this. Don't forget to press Alt and Z to look through. Press the 3 on the numpad to get another view here. And now we want to go and press I and bring this one here a little bit down to something like this. Now we want to go here to extrude along normals and bring this back to maybe, yeah, let's go here with -0.08. Okay, let's leave this mode here, and yeah, now we are having here our 2 segments. Yeah, you can always add more segments if you want to. This is only because we don't have so much time. Yeah, let's go here into the shading for our segment number 1. Let's rename the material to tower, because we want to create the tower material now. And let's bring this one here down to black. We want to use the Voronoi texture, and if you have enabled the Node Wrangler plugin, you can go here into the settings, pressing N and Node Wrangler, and add texture setup. We want to use UV vector and go with the position into the roughness. And let's bring here a color ramp and maybe put this one a little bit down, something like this. Okay, let's search here for bump and put the position into the height and the normal into the normal. And what I want to do now is let's select here our segment, go into edit mode and press A and go to UV and cube. What is a cube? Projection. Okay, let's leave the edit mode. And now we are having here some tiles, but I want to change this one here to F2 and GBChef. It's a little bit more, yeah, futuristic, I think. And let's increase the strength to 80, but it's up to you. Okay, yeah, this is the structure for our tower, but I want to add here some windows. So let's go here with the brick shader. Let's add another texture setup, pressing Ctrl and T, and bring back here this one to UV. And yeah, put the color into the emission. And now we want to change here the frequency to 1 and the scale to 50. Let's bring here the scale up, the X scale to 6. And now we can go here and search for a color ramp and bring down here the black one. Yeah, and let's zoom a little bit in here. Okay, now you can change here this white here a little bit to maybe something bluish plus, and let's change this one a little bit to, yeah, something orangey, yellowish. Yeah, something like this. This is okay, I think. And yeah, you can go here with the color 2, bring this one down. And if you change the color 1 a little bit down, you can adjust here a little bit the amount of the windows. So something like this. Maybe let's bring back here a little bit of the blue. Okay, something like this is cool. Maybe a little bit dense here. Okay, yeah, for this loop here around, I want to create another texture. So yeah, let's go here into the front view. Maybe let's create a solid, press Alt and Z, and now we can go here when we are using this tool, select all of no, let's go into the top view, sorry, and select all of this loop here in the top view. So we are selecting all of this here, so something like this. This is looking good. Let's go into the textures and let's yeah, press plus here, add a new material, which will be metal material. And now that you can see it, press assign. That's an easy texture here right now. Let's put this one into black, and we want to use a noise texture, Control T, UV, and put the color here into the roughness. And now let's go here for a ramp, put this a little bit down or up, the black one up, and maybe the scale a little bit more to 20. But you can, yeah, always play around with, and I think that's okay here for now. Yeah, that's the segment number 1. Let's go to segment number 2. And first of all, let's select this one, go to edit mode here by pressing tab and then A, and then to UV and cube projection. That everything is back on track here now. And now we can go into the top view, go into the solid mode, then the edit mode. And now we can go into Alt and Z and select here our loop here as well. So I'll fast forward that for you. And now we can make the same thing again. So yeah, let's go here to plus, select here our metal material and press assign. Okay, And for the last one, which will be here our windows, yeah, let's select here these windows, pressing Alt Z again, and now we want to go to select here this one, pressing the 3 here on the numpad, and now we are having here selected all of our windows. Yeah, let's go back into material mode and press the plus again, new material, which will be here windows and assign. Okay, for the windows, yeah, let's change this one here to black. We need a brick texture as well, a new texture setup, which we want to put on UV. Now we want to put this the color here into the bump, put this one here into the height, and this one into the normal. And we're having here some brick stuff, but we want to let this one look a little bit modern or futuristic, so let's bring this one here to 1, change this one to -50, mortar size 0.125, and go with a brick width to 3, and the row height to 100. Now we're having here these cool sliced windows, and we can go here and put the color into the roughness. So we're having here some different reflections. You can go here into the ramp as well and play here around with the sliders. And that is looking really cool here, I think. Okay, now we are having done our segments. Let's go here and create a plane, which will be the geometry node tower number 1. Let's hit into geometry nodes, add a geometry node, and let's rename this one to 1. Don't want to use here the group input, but we have to search for an info collection info. We need a line mesh line instance on points. Okay, so let's put the mesh into the points, the geometry into the instances into the group output. Okay, and we have to go here and put our segments, select these two, press M, new collection, and yeah, rename this one to segments. Okay, let's hide this one for now and go back here into the geometry nodes. Now we can go here into this one and select our segments, and let's zoom out here, change the Z value to 80. But as you can see, our segments are overlapping because they are on the same place now. And to change this, we have to go to separate children and pick instance. Now you can see our instances are iterated now here. Segment 1, segment 2, segment 1, segment 2. If you have more of this, then you have segment 1, segment 2, segment 3, 4, 5, and then 1. But we can change this by going here into the random value and put this one here into the instance index, change the min to 50, and then you can play here with the seed. So how you like it. If you have more than 2 instances, you get a little bit more randomness, but I think you get the point here. So let's leave it now like this. To show how big is the whole scene, we have to create a little tiny town or city which is around our towers. So let's create another plane which will be here the city. Let's make a new one here, geometry node city, and for this one we need a grid instance on points. let's get rid of this one here. Yeah, we need a cube. So let's search here for cube. And now let's put the grid into the points and the cube into the instances. And now we can go here and change the size to X from 500, 500. Vertices, we need something like 60 by 60. And to see what we are doing, let's put the instance into the geometry. Now we are having here our grid. And yeah, let's leave the cube as it is. But I want to make a little randomness. So let's search here for random value. Put this one here into the scale. And I want to change it from float to vector. And we can make some random stuff. I used something like 1.1 or 1 in the X, 1.1 in the Y, 1.4 in the Z value, 2.5, 3.3, 70.7. And yeah, you have to put the value again into the scale. So we are having here something like this. Okay. I want to make a set material node, but we have to adjust or create this material now or later. And I want to go here with the realize instances because sometimes we have to use it, sometimes not. For me, I used this one here now and it works. So I can't really explain why it. Okay, for the material for our city here, let's go back here into the shading. And I want to add here the tower material on it, but nothing will happen. It's only for to duplicate this one here. So I want to duplicate this here and change this texture here to buildings. Okay. And now we can go here again to the geometry node and select this buildings here right now. But we have to just make some adjustments. Okay, first of all, let's go here with the upper stuff. Let's change this one from object to UV. And after that, we want to go here with the scale to 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. And we can change here the scale to 11.5 and make a little bit here some adjustments, but I think that's okay for now. Let's leave the bomb like it is. And for the windows, we have to go here to object as well. And I think I changed this one here to 90, 60 and 90. So we are having here really tiny dots right now. And we can go here with a 0.1 and 0.1. So we are having here now some dots on it. You can of course go here and change the size as well, and yeah, make here some adjustments or change the colors as well, but I want to leave it here right now. Okay, let's change here the camera to the right, yeah, to the final shot, and we want to go with 138 by minus 131. Let's put that to 7, the rotation to 116, and leave this one by 0, and the last one will be by 47. And if you can't see anything, you have to go and change here the settings from the camera, the clip, and to 5000. And now we can see here our tower now. And let's change the focal length to 80 millimeters. So we are having a really yeah, fish-eye-ish view here right now. And maybe let's go here into the geometry nodes and to our camera view, and we can decrease here our count, so we are seeing the top of our tower here right now. And maybe let's change here the seat a little bit, so maybe this one here is on the top. Yeah, because we want to use here some cycles. Let's select here GPU compute and go into rendered mode. And now let's have some fun here. And maybe we can go here and, yeah, first of all, let's add here an environment or an HDRI. For this one, I downloaded HDRI from HDRI Haven, and let's search here for an environment texture, and let's open this one here. Greenpoint Park. I will link this one into the description. Put this one here onto the surface, and yeah, we are having now here our HDRI, which is cool. And now we can go and add a cube. So this one here will be the fog for the whole scene. So let's scale this one up to 300 by 300 by 300. And we can go here and make a new material, which will be the fog. Let's get rid of the principal BSDF and search for a volume scatter. Let's put this one here into the volume. And we want to change this a little bit to grayish color, and change the density to 0.015 and the anisotropy to 0.967. So we're getting something like this. We can add here now our first light. So let's delete this one. I want to go here with a sunlight. And this sunlight is the yellow one. So let's change this one here to a yellowish tone to maybe something like this. We want to increase the strength to 50. Go by an angle to 1.9. Let's go here. Yeah, let's change here the rotation to minus 227. The Y to 177, and the Z value to minus 40.3. We want to add here another sunlight. We are cheating here a little bit. So let's add here another sunlight, which we will the horizontal or horizon, sorry. This will be the horizon. And let's go here and change this to something bluish like this. Let's change this to 5, the angle to 175, and yeah, leave the rest as it is. Maybe I think I will change this one a little bit more to something punchier. And yeah, now we are getting here somewhere. I think the roughness for our city is a little bit too bright here. Maybe let's leave the roughness here right now and increase this one here. So we are having so much reflection here right now. I think this is looking good. Now what we can do to create a little bit more depth is let's duplicate here the fog and rename this one fog buildings. And let's bring down this one here. So I want to change the size a little bit, so maybe to 23 here. So let's bring this one up so we can see this a little bit more. So maybe let's disable here the fog, and now we can see here our box, and let's change the Z value to -50. So we are having here a little bit more of the depth here on our small buildings, but I want to change here the texture as well. So let's duplicate this one here to fog buildings and bring this one to maybe something like 20 and bring a little bit down here the anisotropy to maybe 0.8. So we're having here a little bit more of some depth here. So let's make a little view here right now. So I think that's good. If you want to have here a specific view, you can press Ctrl and B and draw here a rectangle, and then you will get always rendered this view. And to leave this, press Ctrl Alt and B. Yeah, to leave this one. Maybe let's put this one a little bit down. You have to play around with this, so how you like it. So I think something like this is cool. For a little bit more depth, let's duplicate our geometry tower here, pressing Shift and D. And now we can put this one here into the back. And yeah, you can adjust this or put this one where you want this. And yeah, let's rename this one here. And if you want to have a little bit of a randomness, you can go here into the geometry nodes, select this one, press here on this button and duplicate this one, and then you can change here the seed and the count as well. So we have some of the buildings which are a little bit more bigger. So I think that's looking good right now. Okay, we got here a hotel or something like this. So really quick. So let's go here into the solid view. Sorry, fog. So we want to make here some text. Let's add here some text. Let's see where it is. Bring this one here. Bring this one up. So, okay, let's see the text here. Let's make a center. And we have to put this a little bit around 90. Okay, let's go here into the edit mode by pressing the tab, and now we want to write something like hotel. Okay, that's cool. And maybe let's see the font. Let's leave it like this font. You can choose which font you want to use. So let's change this to 45 degrees. And yeah, you can put this one here up to your building. Okay, so I think that's good here for now. Let's increase here the size maybe. And now, yeah, let's bring geometry and yeah, bring a little bit of an extrude here. So we are having here some geometry and put this one here onto the corner. Now let's go here to the rendered view and let's see. We want to make a new shading material neon, and let's change the emission to maybe something reddish, and the emission strength, put this one up here. And now we are having here your hotel sign, and if yeah, you can put some other stuff on other buildings if you want to. So like I did here, maybe let's go here with something like police. This one here, back, and let's see this one down here. And finally put this one here. Let's duplicate this texture here and bring this one here to a bluish color. And let's render here this one again. So we are having here our police. And the last one for the whole scene is let's duplicate here our city. And I want to make this one here to our cars right now. Let's go really quick here into the geometry nodes, and I want to show you geometry node, duplicate this one here again, cars or something like this. It can't be really detailed, you can detail your stuff yourself. So I want to show you really quick how I want to do this, or how I will do this here. So let's change the size here to 55 and 40, maybe 500. We only need 30 by 30 vertices, and yeah, I want to change here the cube to 0.5, and let's leave this one here how it is. And I want to make here a random value to, I think we can go here with a 1.8, 2.5, 0.6, 1.5, 6, 6.8 and 2.4. That's cool here for now. And we have to use here set position because we want to offset here our grid a little bit by randomness value. So let's search here for random value, and this one will be a vector as well. Put the vector here into the offset 3.8, 24, 24, 7 and 100. Yes. And now you can see we are having here these cubes. We have to change or make a new shading here. So let's get rid here of this one, make a new one really quick. Cars, and put this one here down, maybe the roughness a little bit up. And we want to go here into the geometry nodes again and change this one to cars. And now we are having here these geometry nodes, cars here in our scene. So you can go here and adjust this one maybe to something like this here, duplicate this one, change it to 90 degrees in the Z direction, and go on this side. Let's enable here the fog again, and now you can see we are having here some tiny dots which seemed here to flying around the scene. And yeah, for the whole rendering and compositing stuff, I only changed the color management. This would be the last thing here, really the last thing. Let's go to the color management. Let's change this to filming none, exposure to 2, and the gamma to 0.46 and 9. And this is my final color here for this one. That was the futuristic tower tutorial for now. If you like more futuristic stuff, check out my channel or the next video. See you there and bye.